Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is around 40,800 at the moment. So we had a bit of upside in the last 24 hours after in the night from Sunday to Monday. It did briefly go down below 39k. Now it's since moved up, so the daily candle didn't close at that level, and Bitcoin is back above that resistance level and back in the larger channel in which Bitcoin has been trading for a long time now. Overall here across cryptocurrencies, not really too much to see. Terra Luna going up massively with 18%, and I made a Terra Luna video about that and the reasons behind it, in my opinion. And yeah, across the board, a little bit of a small relief rally after a lot of altcoins. When Bitcoin moved below 39k, a lot of altcoins really went down massively and made lower lows compared to the previous swing low, at least. So yeah, they are going up nicely at the moment. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. That happens often when Bitcoin moves sideways, has moved up quite strongly and then moves sideways, which is exactly what it's doing at the moment. So if I zoom out a little bit, take those fips out here, then we can see that Bitcoin is back in that channel. Can go to the daily. There you go. Here we can see Bitcoin in this channel again. Now we've been in this channel now really since January, and typically the more often you are testing support and resistance in such a channel, the more brittle it gets. Yeah, I mean, yesterday we broke out already, or the day before, which was not the first time. But what was quite interesting is that it was the first time that we had a daily candle close below the channel. That was not yesterday's candle, but the candle of the day before. But yeah, overall, it is back in there, and the daily candle, yesterday's candle, didn't close in it. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. But it is important. So the longer typically a channel plays out, the more brittle it gets. Yeah, so at some point really we need to see the breakout here. It can't happen forever, and I expect soon that there will be a decision here. It's getting more and more interesting here at the moment. So yeah, let's just be a bit patient and wait for that decision of the market. At the moment we don't have that decision yet. So here you can see we had the first time here in that whole history of the channel, a daily candle close outside of the channel, but the retest on the daily didn't work. Okay, so we're back in the channel. What we could see here, and that's a bit of a guess at the moment because we only have 2 touch points, but we could potentially see here a new channel emerging that could be Bitcoin's way out of the channel to the downside. We need to be a bit patient because for now we are just within the channel, yeah, and we only have 2 touch points really. So to confirm that channel, what we need is at least another move down. That would be to around 38.8k. That if that happened today, yeah, would be quite a bit of a move. And then to touch it and find support again, and then we would be in another channel, and that could be Bitcoin's way out of this. Again, at the moment it is not confirmed because we really only have 2 major touch points here. Okay, maybe now I would count it only as 2 touch points. So let's see. But we can see the volatility here has increased in the new week, and now today that also the other markets are open, maybe we see this volatility continue. Yesterday the US markets were open. On the weekend pretty much nothing happened. We can see here the sideways movement, nothing really happened. And overall, we obviously moved already here in that green target area with that wave 4. That was on the 11th of April, on the 13th of April. That confirmed already that wave 4, because this was the minimum retracement of a wave 4. Ideally, you want to get to around 42.3k. That is the 38.2% fib level. So I wouldn't be surprised even if we go a little bit higher into that green target area. If we move above that wave 1 area here, which is around 44.2, 44.3, then I think this imminent sell-off scenario would be less likely again. And then again we go and have a look at the alternative where we go up first and then come down. It unfortunately is as it is. We can only really look for probabilities here, and obviously I can only give you orientation here what I think the market is doing at the moment and what impact it might have on the altcoins, but generally I can tell you that I don't think that the general correction for Bitcoin is over yet. It just is not the market environment for that at the moment, right? We don't have the sentiment in the market that allows that, at least not at the moment. We can still see here, and that is part of that channel, actually, this head and shoulders pattern that we talked about back then. We are still, of course, below the head and shoulders. So what we did here, you could argue we just retested that neckline of the head and shoulders 3 times or 2 or 3 times, which basically confirms that neckline. In a previous video, I also showed you the 1 year moving average, and that whenever we were below the 1 year moving average, that could be regarded as a kind of a bear market. We currently are below this 365-day moving average. We have dropped below it on the 29th of December, I think, or at least end of December, and since then we have been below this yellow line, which is the 365-day moving average or 1 year moving average. There have been only a few occasions where we were below it. Last time when COVID hit, and the time before in the crypto bear market after 2018. So there we are, and it is difficult, and this is going to hold the price down as well. And this could be, of course, here throughout this period, the 365-day moving average allowed the price basically to get to that resistance channel, the resistance level of that channel again. Now we are below it, and the 1 year moving average is coming down here, and there is a risk that it is pushing the price down, of course. So this is now for the market to decide if it makes it above it or not. And a move above the 1 year moving average could be regarded as, I think, quite bullish. Now that could be only short-term bullish, but it would be quite a bit of a signal, and that is certainly something to watch out for, because in my opinion it divides the chart into 2 different areas, where we sort of had a bearish and a bullish sentiment. So that is very important to be aware of, that 1 year moving average. And that is really everything I can tell you today. We can see on the daily the MACD, for example, going up slightly. So the MACD is reducing negative momentum. So there is a chance we get another bullish crossover. Now that has, of course, not played out yet. But here we had on the 8 hour, we've had that bullish crossover for a while, and this is now moving over onto the daily. And if that plays out, that could again give the price upside. And again, we could go anywhere within that green area here, and maybe even to 44.2k before we hit that swing low here of the wave 1. And then we need to look at things again. And this is currently what we are doing here. All right, hopefully you liked the update about Bitcoin. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. If you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, and make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.